Good morning, children. Welcome to the second part of same chapter, that is chapter number 3, Humidity and Clouds. In this video, we shall understand how condensation or densification as well as sublimation affects humidity. Also, we shall briefly be introduced to the beautiful clouds. Now let's see what is condensation and what is sublimation. Students, as you know that there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. When solid like ice turns to liquid, we say that it's melting. And when liquid like water turns back into solid, we can say that it's freezing. If liquid turns to gas, like when you boil some water, we say that the liquid is evaporating. This is an example of evaporation. And when gas turns back into liquid, for example, if you have a bottle of cold water, you can see the water droplets outside on the bottle surface. This is happening because of water vapor or gas in the air is turning back into a liquid because of the cold water, which is inside of the bottle. We call this process when a gas turns back into liquid condensation. Okay. There is one more example too. When a solid turns directly into gas without ever having to be a liquid, this happens with dry ice, which is solid carbon dioxide. If you drop it in some water just to start the reaction, you can say that carbon dioxide ice turns directly into gas. It's never becoming a liquid. Now this process when solid turns directly into gas is called sublimation. I hope you all have understood about both the process, condensation and sublimation. The atmosphere contains dust particles. These dust particles attract water molecules, which finally forms water droplets and comes down as rains. On the other hand, dew, frost, fog are the forms of condensation at ground level. Now let's understand all about clouds. Clouds are a form of condensation at higher elevation. Condensation occurs around minute particles in the atmosphere. The condensed water or snow particles in the clouds are very fine and almost weightless. So often you will always see clouds floats in the sky, in the air. The land and water gets heated because of the heat of the sun. The air near the surface heats up, rises and becomes less dense. The hot air rises up. Now as the hot air goes higher, the temperature of air reduces and the moisture holding capacity of the air reduces. Relative humidity keeps increasing. The water vapor in the atmosphere turns into water or snow. This is known as dew point level of that air. Because of condensation, fine particles of ice and water floats in the air at a greater height. They accumulate around the dust particles in the air and become larger in size. Their accumulation together is called a cloud. Now, clouds are formed at different altitudes in the atmosphere. After observation, we can divide these clouds into three main types on the basis of their altitudes. The heights from the base of the clouds is taken into consideration. The three main types of clouds are high clouds, medium clouds and low clouds. The clouds at an altitude of 7,000 to 14,000 meters are very high clouds, whereas clouds of an altitude of around 2,000 to 7,000 meters are medium clouds. The clouds at an altitude of less than 2,000 meters are low clouds. The high clouds are mainly made up of ice particles. They can be classified into cirrus, cirrocumulus and cirrostratus. The cirrus clouds are mainly wispy. Wispy means fine and feathery. This is also known as snowflakes clouds. Second is the cirrocumulus clouds. It is look like group of small waves. The cirrostratus clouds are look like a bedsheet with wrinkles. They generally have a halo around them. The second category of clouds are medium clouds. They are of two types, altocumulus and altostratus. The altocumulus clouds are in the form of layers and have a wave-like structure. They are mostly white in color and have a grey shades and also known as floating clouds. Altostratus clouds. These clouds are not very thick. The sun can be seen through them as if seen through a milky glass. The third category of clouds are low clouds. These consist of 5 types of clouds. They are stratocumulus, stratus, nimbostratus, cumulus clouds and cumulonimbus clouds. Let's meet the first stratocumulus clouds. These clouds have layers. Their colors are white and earthy. Round clusters of clouds can be seen here. Second type of clouds are stratus clouds. These clouds have layers. They are ash colored and their base is uniform. Third kind of clouds are nimbostratus clouds. These clouds have thick layer. They are grey ash in color and cause continuous rainfall and even snowfall. The fourth kind of low clouds are cumulus clouds. The vertical flow of air adds the formation of these clouds. These are huge and dome-shaped. They are grey in color. The cumulus clouds are an indicator of pleasant weather. The vertical expanse of these clouds increases so much that they turn into cumulonimbus clouds and bring rains. The last kind of clouds are cumulonimbus clouds. They are the indicator of thunderstorm. They look like huge mountains. They are dense and dark in color. There is thunder accompanied by lightning. Students, as you know that the lightning is an electricity. Electricity involves tiny particles. Some particles have positive charge and some have negative charge. The two opposite charges are like north and south ends of the magnet. Usually electric charges are fairly balanced, but turbulent winds of storms caused electric charges to separate within the clouds. Most of the lightning occurs in the clouds itself. And when negative charges moving from clouds to the ground, meanwhile positive charges move up from the ground, usually from the tall objects. Due to difference in the charges, electric charges are formed and lightning occurs, lighting up the sky for a moment. The air around the lightning rises up, and because of the heat, this leads to a large thundering sound. That's why this cloud is known as roaring clouds. These cumulonimbus clouds are responsible for hailstone also. Let's see how. The raindrops of cumulonimbus clouds are large because of movements, and due to their weight, they are unable to float in the clouds. And when the air is very cold, the drops freeze and falls in the form of hail. This is termed as hailstone. Students, with this we have completed our third chapter, that is humidity and cloud. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.